Novo lit that shit bang.
Welcome back, everybody, to Crows of Judgment, and today is the news day where I'm going to read some very, very fun articles, one which is a lot less fun, and another one which is pretty exciting, actually. But this one is actually a triple, right? Three articles all about Star Wars writers and staff just being absolute shitheads to the fans, which is always great to see. But yes, today is the 28th as of the recording of this video, and so this article was written on the 27th, and this one was written on the 28th, and this one was also written on the 28th. It's just been a great day in the Star Wars fandom, as you can clearly see. Star Wars writers Bria Lavorgna, I think, and Brian Young call fans racist, want Ethan Van Sciver and Ichibaka to be deplatformed. Well, you know, I'm sure that it can't be that bad, right? But before we begin this triple article special, do me a favor, drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and if you don't like Star Wars, just stay tuned, because even if you don't like Star Wars, I'm sure we can all agree these people are just absolutely nuts. Star Wars writer Bria Lavorgna has called for both Cyberpunk creator Ethan Van Sciver and Star Wars critic Ichibaka to be deplatformed. Lavorgna has written numerous articles for StarWars.com, with their most recent being published in September 2020, titled Empire at 40, The Evolution of Costumes in Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. Clearly that's going too far. But no, sorry, that's just a normal article. As reported by Ichibaka at Disney Star Wars is Dumb, Lavorgna accused both Ichibaka and Van Sciver of abuse before calling for them to be deplatformed. On top of that, she also called Star Wars fans racist. Lavorgna wrote on Twitter, "Nothing's going to change until people like Itishiki and EVS, who've hurled abuse for years, are deplatformed." Well, you know, I know those two have a way of just like shaking the pot and everything, but yeah, I always hate when people openly call for deplatforming of others, right? And look, regardless of what you think of Ethan Van Sciver or Ichibaka, I don't know who Ichibaka is. I'm probably saying that name wrong too. But, you know, EVS is just a comic book guy, right? I know a lot of these people hate the Comicsgate movement, and they hate anyone who criticizes the weird way they choose to take something that people really like in just this weird direction. But look, at the end of the day, it's just a critic. Freaking deal with it. And if you can't deal with it to the point where you're calling for them to be deplatformed, maybe the issue is you're just not secure about yourself, right? Maybe the issue is you and not everybody else who is criticizing you. Get the hell over it. I can't stand people who can't take criticism. But yes, the Star Wars writer then added, "And nothing's also going to change until certain parts of fandom also have to confront their own racism. This crap has gone on for far too long." Yeah, I know. I want to say it with as much dramatic flair as, you know, Lavorgna has been doing it in her own head. Lavorgna's view that Star Wars fans are racist and that both Ethan Van Sciver and Ichibaka need to be deplatformed was also echoed by her fellow Star Wars writer Brian Young. Young has also written for StarWars.com in the past, although he hasn't written for the website since April 2019. More recently, he's been writing for Sci-Fi Wire. Well, Sci-Fi Wire is also shit, so that makes sense. Young responded to Lavorgna's accusations against Ichibaka and EVS and her call to deplatform them by writing on Twitter, "I think you're absolutely correct here. Simp." That's the face of a simp. Hold on. Let's zoom and enhance. Zoom and enhance. Okay? Zoom and enhance, that is absolutely the face of a simp. Do you see that? Revenge of the Simp. That's what his shirt says. Okay, I'm sorry. My jokes are terrible. It's the lack of sleep and the constant hours of going through YouTube. Oh my God, do you see what it's doing to my brain? Man, these recent videos have just been a mess for me. Ethan Van Sciver would also react to the accusations on his YouTube channel, Comic Artist Pro Secrets, which, along with Bounding into Comics, was added to a ban list on the Saltier Than Crate subreddit. Huh? I mean, the name is appropriate. They sound very salty. Van Sciver begins his video stating, "I have never seen such nitwits, nincompoops, ne'er-do-wells, and complete and total nerds as the ones who have taken over Star Wars, who are working for Lucasfilm right now and running this franchise into the ground." Well, yeah, I mean, the sequel trilogy. Like, if you want to say the sequel trilogy are, like, great films, piss off, man. The prequels are also crap, right? But you cannot tell me these are great films. It totally rode off of the original the original trilogy, and it really upset people. And don't tell me that they can't make good Star Wars, or that the fans won't be receptive to good Star Wars, because, you know, The Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2 have been absolute hype amongst all members of the fandom. Oh, except for the weirdos who want to cancel Gina Carano? Gina Carino? I'm bad at last names. But they want to cancel her for, you know, putting her pronouns as beep, boop, and bop. That's the level of idiocy among certain people in the Star Wars fandoms, who also happen to really love the sequel films and also wound up being like this massive loss. Whatever. I'm off on a tangent. Later in the video, Van Sciver stated, "I have been canceled. I'm a victim of cancel culture. I've already been canceled. I'm not working for anybody but you guys. I don't work for anybody but you guys. I work for myself. I make comic books, and I sell them directly to you. You guys see them. You guys see Cyberfrog and Rainbow the Brute." I actually haven't read Rainbow the Brute, but I heard it's pretty good. He continues, "You can't hurt me anymore in any other way except but for deplatform me. Deplatforming means taking away my means from speaking to you guys. I speak the truth to you guys." I mean, yeah, also his show's probably a good source of income for him too, so that'd be pretty messed up. It's like if... whatever. It's kind of like if EVS's show wasn't about criticizing the work that they do, right, in terms of comic books, in terms of Star Wars, but every single day he went on and on and on about how these people need to be fired immediately, have their jobs taken away from them, and get them put into the poorhouse so they can no longer feed themselves, right? Unless he's doing that, right, I don't think he should be calling to deplatform him from his channel over criticism. Jesus, get some thicker skin, people. Still later in the video, Van Sciver says the only thing standing between the complete and utter annihilation of Star Wars in terms of being transformed into just a corrupt, progressive, soy-based, disgusting hellhole is me and Itchy. We are it. Oh, come on, buddy. Here he goes on. The battle station isn't fully quite operational, the soy battle station. But if they can only get rid of me, if they can only shut me up, then maybe it could. They need to deplatform me. Take away this channel here. This channel that you guys enjoy, that I certainly enjoy. I love my YouTube channel. Again, just more statements from, look, no disrespect to anyone who wants to offer criticism to anybody else. If you're going to create content, right, you need to handle criticism. You know, George Lucas, while everyone praises the original trilogy and everything, he was criticized pretty heavily when that shit came out, right? And when the prequels came out, that guy was criticized like crazy. It's not just about, what was it? It's not just about, like, the racismisms. It's literally just, it's something people really love. It's something that means a lot to people. You know, there's a lot of content out there from multiple different writers and everything. Some people like it this way, other people like it that way. If you're being criticized, just take it on the chin. Move forward. And if you want to, you know, be an adult, maybe take what some of the things people are saying to you to heart and try to improve what you're doing. Or go to Twitter, cry that everybody is a racism, and get them deplatformed, because that obviously is changing all the hearts and minds, right? Good job, Bria Lavergne. Ichibaka would also respond to the call to deplatform him. On Disney, Star Wars is dumb, he wrote. People sometimes ask why it is that censorship is such a common tool for the fringe left. Well, it's because SJWs are fully aware that their deeply moronic ideology is incapable of withstanding debate in an environment of free speech. Honestly, I'll put it like this, right? Because My wife is a little bit of an SJW. But look, at the end of the day, I think what it really comes down to is you're dealing with people who have incredibly thin skin, right? And they take any level of criticism as just an attack on them, right? I've actually seen people on the right behave that way, especially more recently. I think that this is an issue where you have overly sensitive people and you have people that, don't want to offend. So rather than calling these people out for their absolute insanity and bad behavior, they're just kind of like, okay, I'm out. I don't want to deal with this, which leads to these idiots consistently getting these jobs and being put in charge of these projects, no matter how bad they are, right? And then when you criticize them, they immediately start shrieking that you're harassing them, and people just run in because they want to protect the poor little babies. Everybody wants to help the little guy. Everybody wants to help the victim out, and these people love being the victim. But that's it for this article. Obviously, these two writers are insane, but let's talk about the next one. Star Wars author E.K. Johnston declares bounding into comic stream with Jack Posobiec will hurt people. Okay, let me be clear. Unless the staff of Bounding into Comics and Jack Posobiec are going to show up with sharp, pointy objects and, play a little stabby stab, I don't think the live stream is going to hurt people, ma'am. But let's just see what the statement is exactly. Star Wars author E.K. Johnston declared that a Bounding into Comics live stream with One American News Network host, there you go. Jack Posobiec would hurt people. If you're unfamiliar with Johnston, she was employed by Star Wars Lucasfilm and Disney to write a number of Star Wars novels. Actually, I heard the Ahsoka novel was really good. So this is just a case of me being able to separate the art from the remedial nitwit that writes it. In 2016, she published the Ahsoka novel, which tells the story of the former Jedi Padawan, Anakin Skywalker, that takes place between the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. Rebels was a horrible show. Clone Wars was a great show. She would be tapped to write a second Star Wars novel, this one titled Queen's Shadow. The book focused on Padme Amidala, yada, yada, yada. I don't really care. Honestly, this is not me trying to insult her work. I've actually heard the novels are really good. This is me insulting her opinion, because her opinion is stupid, right? By the way, why draw attention to the live stream? Why tell people the live stream is going to happen if you don't want people watching it and you find it problematic? Why not just not watch it? Why not just turn it off? You know what I did when I heard about the Star Wars High Republic books? I said, oh, gee, I'm not going to read this. And when they came out, I said, okay, I'm going to stick to the plan. I'm not going to read them. I'm not going to be upset. And it's actually worked out great for me. Instead, I actually watched season 2 of The Mandalorian, which was phenomenal, right? And actually, I suggest people do that more often. If you know something's going to upset you, how about you just don't? How about you just don't? Johnston not only claimed the live stream would hurt people, but she also revealed her intention to want to stop the stream. Of course she did. She wrote on Twitter, I don't know how to stop this, but I know it's going to hurt people. You moron. You can watch this dangerous live stream right here and judge for yourself whether it hurt people. Did it melt your brains? E.K. Johnston's desire to try and stop the live stream and her claim that it will be hurtful comes after the official Star Wars account supporter, the Star Wars High Republic host, Christina Ariel, after she called white people racismisms. Ariel infamously tweeted, white people, effing stop it. Your racismisms won't save you. Your ignorance is not an excuse. I gotta say, people like this are incredibly racismism, right? Because, look, my mom's white, right? My dad's from another country, right? Barely spoke the language when he got over here. They found love, had 2 kids, had a family and everything, right? And look, if your response to me is, well, I'm just referring to the majority. Imagine if I did that and I said, black people need to, my wife would beat the ever-loving crap out of me, right? What is this? It's so overtly racism. And they try to make this argument of, well, white people have all the power, so we can't be racism to the people in the powers. And I just sit there and I say, That sounds like the argument of white supremacy to me. It sounds like you're saying you think that white people are superior to you, so it's okay for you to talk shit about them. And maybe that's how you feel, but to me, I look at it, I go like, maybe just stop thinking that people of different races are inferior or superior to each other, and maybe you wouldn't be so, brain damaged all the time. But that's pretty much it for that one. Now, let's wrap it up with, of course, someone who works in media, a wonderful outlet, Rooster Teeth and Gizmodo staffer Charles Pulliam, who says Star Wars fans of engaging in bigoted dogpiling. Okay, buddy. Half white, half Palestinian. Mixed race is actually the smallest minority out there. And one of the people that I'm part of is like a minority. We don't even have a damn country anymore, right? So let me just explain this to you, right? Shut the please! Thank you! Just shut. This is annoying and it's stupid. Look, this lady said something incredibly offensive. Not once but twice, right? White people, effing stop. Your racism won't save you. Your ignorance is not an excuse. Just a reminder that white women are just as complicit in the upholding and enforcing white supremacism. She said something gross and disgusting and nasty. And here's the worst part, right? 342 likes, 569 likes. So that's how many people you can confirm appreciate that. So she gets criticized, and the official Star Wars account runs out there and says, our Star Wars community is one of hope and inclusivity. We do not stand for bullying and racism. We support Christina Ariel, which is such horseshit. Because you know what? When Gina Carano was being attacked and they were trying to deplatform her, well, we're talking about a well-liked female character in Star Wars, right? Someone who doesn't fit the traditional gender norms of all the women's, right? We're talking about someone who's like built, right? Something that you think all these woke people would like to see, and they're still trying to get this woman fired because she put beep, boop, and bop as her gender pronouns. She's Star Wars. Droids, get the hell over it. You're so weird, right? And did the official Star Wars account say anything? Have they ever said anything? No. They've let that Gina woman just go straight to the wolves. Or how about when it was James Earl Jones' birthday? The guy who voiced Darth Vader, the character that's responsible for everything that they have. Because let's be honest, right? Yes, I understand that there was a man who was the physical component of Darth Vader, but James Earl Jones' voice as Vader was intimidating. It is what you remember about that character. His birthday? They didn't say anything about him. Instead, they gave a happy birthday to Kelly Marie Tran. I'm not saying you have to choose one or the other, but just do both. Instead, they give a happy birthday to a side character that, let's be honest, even people that like the sequel trilogies don't really like what happened with the character. But you forget the guy who starts it all, right? James Earl Jones. He's black too, right? It's not like you're forgetting a white person, which you could probably justify in your own heads. It's because he's part of the original trilogy, and you hate everything to do with it. You try to destroy it, yada, yada, yada. This is so dumb. And this is why it infuriates me to talk about Star Wars lately, because there's a lot of things that I really do like, right? There's a lot of things I really do love. It was something I grew up with, something I can always go back and watch the original trilogies, much to my wife's dismay. And I even get some enjoyment out of some of the sequel films. I get some enjoyment out of parts of the prequel films. I like Star Wars. I like some of the Star Wars comics. I like some of the, what is it called? The Legacy universe now. It's all good to me, right? But it's the people behind it. When you hear how they talk about fans, how they talk about other people, and they have this jackanapes, right? Star Wars fans have always hated change, which is why what happened with Christina Ariel wasn't surprising, and why more brands committed to diversity need to be ready to defend their employees against bigoted dogpiling. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? So she can just be an outright overt racism, and you're just going to go ahead and say the companies need to, if they support diversity, they need to support people being racism to stop racism. It's dumb. It's stupid. You are an idiot, sir. You are an absolute moron. Okay? Stop treating your fans like they're trash and garbage. Stop getting upset when they criticize you. Okay? Look, my criticism for the sequel films, honestly, they're just boring and they don't fit well together. I don't have this like hate boner for it, right? But I absolutely hate the way that you treat the fans of it. At least accept what they're saying. At least try to work with them. I mean, they're the ones who pay you money and you talk down to them consistently. What the hell is wrong with you people? And by you people, I mean you absolutely malformed beings that talk down to people from position of privilege, which is exactly what you have over these individuals. I don't know. I'm not with it. I don't like it. And I'm going to have the link for all three of these articles. I read through the first one in full, but the other two, I want you guys to read for yourself, right? And form your own thoughts and opinions. Because if you disagree with me, leave a comment, all right? I love it when you guys leave comments. I read them all. I know I don't always interact with them. Unfortunately, I work a full-time job, but I am always reading your guys' comments and trying to take in what you guys are saying. So, anyways, guys, that's the end of the video. Hopefully, I'll go ahead and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Let that shit bang.